everyone. We're here with another Blogorail Chat. This week we're going to talk about saving money. Tonight we've got joining with us Becca from Love Our Crazy Life, Mike from My Dreams of Disney, and myself, Mary, from Capturing Magical Memories. So you're now at the resorts, you're now at the parks. I'm just going to go food. I'm just going to open it wide up there. How do you save money on food?
This is where we save the most money other than our hotel for my family, is food. We rent a locker at Disneyland, and we take a cooler, and we take a bag with bread and all that stuff, and we come out because the parks are really close together, and the food is right out, or the picnic area is right outside of security. Yep. We just go out and we eat out there because we rent a large locker for $12 or $15 a day, which is cheaper than two of us eating one meal in the park, and there's 5 of us. So, and usually we actually bring another person, so there's usually like 6 or 7 of us. So it's the best way for us to save money at the park. We do treat ourselves. It's not like we never eat in the park, but the majority of our meals we spend there. And it's also great because then you have somewhere to put all your stuff you don't want in the park with you, but you might want it later and that kind of stuff. But yeah, we rent a locker, and then we choose our meals very carefully at the park.
Isn't it neat to see, to explore the differences between the two different sections? Because at Disneyland, you're absolutely right. Having that 100 yards between the two, it's almost like you're not really leaving because you're still in downtown Disney. You get your locker, you sit down and you eat, and and it's like it's its own little adventure.
Oh yeah, we can, from the picnic area, you can hear the music that they play on Main Street, and you can hear the gunshots from the Jungle Cruise. And everything just from in that picnic area. So it's like you're still in the park, but it still gives you, it still gives you a moment of rest from the park. Yeah. So it's perfect for our family. It's kind of enclosed enough that we feel safe letting the kids run around, but we're still there. We still feel that Disney magic, especially when the monorail goes right over our heads when we're sitting there. So
yeah. Yeah, and see, at Disney World, for us, that's just not
I don't think
how we do it,
I don't even think there's picnic tables anywhere.
I don't think there are either. But now at Disney World, you can bring your cooler in and all that, and you can bring your food and your snacks for lines and whatnot. So those are ways that you can save money also. It used to be, and I don't know how, I don't do the Disney math like Mary does as much, so I don't get down to the penny on finding out how much I saved if I do it this way versus that way for dining, But it used to be that the dining plan, if you bought the dining plan and you were paying your meals up front, you were getting a discount, and it used to be more of a percentage of what you were saving, 10% or whatever. And now that's a lot grayer, and I don't know if there's a lot of savings or not, or if it's just a convenience. But from my perspective, we always enjoyed doing the dining plan because we were at a point where if we did the dining plan, then we knew that our meals had been covered, so we didn't have to worry about paying for them when we were there, just gratuities. And we also knew that we were going to experience a lot more things at Disney than we would if we didn't have the dining plan. So, because we would have all those dinner reservations and whatnot that we wouldn't necessarily make otherwise, So to me, even if it's not necessarily a savings, it's an enhancement for the trip because you're able to experience more of the Disney trip, and you're experiencing it during that time period that you're there. So.
And I'll give you the other perspective, which is my husband is cheap, and I just said that on video.
It's okay, I'm cheap too.
So, I mean, we do go to the good dinners, we do have that, but there are ways we save money. One is a lot of restaurants, lunch costs less than dinner, so we may do a lunch versus that. Sure. Quick service, I always eat, and it's just become habit for me now, is I eat the kids' meal, and I think alone, the kids' meal will come with a soda. And I think a soda there is like either $2.99 or $3.99. So right off the bat, I'm saving a good bit of money with lunch if by eating a kid's portion, and that gets me through the day just fine. Or we order one and we all share, and I think that's another option. Another favorite trick of our family is if you always have to ask if there's a discount, be it AP, which is the annual pass holder, DVC, or even AAA. Some places have AAA discounts, and even which you wouldn't know is the old coffee shop in Hollywood Studios, the Writer's Stop. It had a discount that went with it, so we would get like the 10% or 15% off the carrot cake cookie.
Yeah.
So you just always ask, or even at the gift stores in the resorts. The food in there, you can get those discounts with.
And touch it back just briefly with the dining plan. If you do decide to pay for the dining plan and you're doing that, there are ways to maximize your dining plan credit. So with the regular dining plan, you'll get 1 table service credit, 1 counter service credit, and 1 snack credit per person. So for us, we would use oftentimes our snack credit to get like a cinnamon bun on Main Street, or now at Gaston's Tavern, and that would be like our breakfast, because they're as big as my hand, that big. So they're huge, and we would be able to make that would be an easy breakfast, And also with the dining plan, you also get a refillable resort mug that you can refill at your resort for free while you're there, or you can carry it in and fill it with ice water. So that's an easy, handy way of getting your drinks in and stuff like that, and getting the water in. So there's all sorts of ways you can enhance and expand on that. So. Well,
and since you brought it up, Mike, I mean, I think it's a good thing that we point out is that don't buy the bottled waters at the parks, because you can go to any quick service restaurant and you can get a free ice water. And we just take a refillable one of those vacuum sealed stainless steel ones to stay cold, and we dump the ice water in there and fill that up and take it around, and then when it's empty we get another one. So yeah, don't pay $3 for water.
No. And also if you're at a hotel and you have a freezer access, take some of those, like if you have any of the plastic bottles of water, freeze them in the freezer and then wrap some wash rags around them to stay cool in the summer. So.
Yep. And then as it does condensation on those wash rags, you can put those around your neck too.
Yeah.
Okay. Last thing is souvenirs or any other tips. I'll open up both ways. How do you save on souvenirs?
For souvenirs, we actually don't buy a ton. We always get an ornament every trip, and then it's kind of everybody picks one item that they want, type thing, maybe 2, depends what we have gift cards with a certain amount per person, something like that. But we don't buy a lot of souvenirs there. We buy a lot of Disney clothes when we're at home. We make our own Disney clothes, so needing to buy clothes isn't a big deal. And we also have a rule that if I've seen it in a store, you can't buy it at Disney. And that's the rule, because I'm not going to spend our vacation money on something I can pick up at Walmart or at Target. But that's our rule as far as souvenirs go.
For us, we don't do a whole lot of souvenirs either. And what our daughter does, what Sophie does, is she saves. She's like a hoarder for money when it comes to saving for Disney. And anything that she's collecting, she'll, whether it's, birthday money or whatever, if she's saving it for a specific purpose, then she's really good about, we'll transfer it onto a Disney gift card or whatever. And when it's her money and it's her souvenir, she's really judicious about what she's going to spend that money on. But usually it's like one souvenir a trip, one big souvenir a trip, One year, this is the year that we saw Princess Jasmine and the genie in Morocco, and she was like, that whole trip she was like, I want to dress up like Jasmine. I want to dress up like Jasmine. And so we knew that was going to be her souvenir. We were going to get her the costume, even though we bought it at Disney, and we know we paid 3 times more than we probably would have anywhere else. but we knew that was the only thing she wanted, and that's what she was going to get. And it was so cool because when we saw Jasmine, she was whispering to her, "I'm going to get a costume just like yours," and she did, and it made her day. It made her whole trip. So she wore that, and we got our money out of that one because she wore that for Halloween like 2 years in a row, and wore it till it was threads. It was a good unit.
Also wanted to mention what we do for the kids at the parks is they're allowed to look for a souvenir, but they aren't allowed to buy it until the end of the trip. And we always make a trip out to the Character Warehouse, which is out at the Outlet Mall. There's actually 2 or 3 in the Orlando area. And I think one of the Prime outlets is the best one. But you go out there, and half the time we found the stuff in the park at the outlet already on sale there.
So I haven't talked about this, the red card trick with Target. Do you guys do it? I do it.
We do it at Kroger. We do the same thing at Kroger.
Okay, so for those that have no clue what I'm talking about, if you get a Target red card and they have a debit card version, so it doesn't have to be a credit card because I don't use credit cards. So, but you get a Target red card and you get 5% off all of your purchases. Technically, they say it doesn't work on gift cards, but they don't classify Disney gift cards as gift cards. They classify them as entertainment cards, so you do get the 5% discount on them. So if you buy $100 worth of gift cards, you only pay $95.
There you go.
And that is what we do. And that is how we pay for most of our trip. That's how we pay for our tickets, everything. And so we're automatically saving 5% off all of our purchases in the park, off of our tickets, and that's on top of any other way we find discounts. Like my husband's work he works with a company that is affiliated with Disney, and so they have a special website where they can get discounts, and we can use the Disney gift card to pay, and so we get like a double discount that way. So it's little things like that you add up. But having those gift cards, you've now saved 5% off of all your souvenirs if you use the gift cards to pay.
Exactly.
And we do the same thing. We, our Kroger, our grocery store, has a 10% off deal about once a quarter, and my husband will go in and get a stack of the cards. I think that was the last tip I had, other than, again, always ask at Disney World or Disneyland when you're checking out. You don't ask, are there any discounts? They won't tell you. You ask AP, DVC, or AAA, and always ask those questions. And you may find that one of them is there or even better. So keep an eye on that.
Well, and bringing that up just really quick, if you're going to go to Disney and you know you're going to go back again, but within a year, you might look into an annual pass because it might end up being cheaper than buying tickets for 2 different trips, and then you also get your discount. So that's always a good thing to look at. My biggest thing is just research. Do your research. Always compare. Sometimes the packages are a great deal and it's nice and easy. Sometimes it's way better to book separately and do it yourself. Sometimes it's a better deal to get a travel agent like Mike or someone else because they'll give you some perks when you book through them. So you just got to do your research, talk to people, read the blogs, that kind of thing.
Research is key to any vacation, especially a vacation where there's so much to do and there's so much expense involved. And no matter how many tips for saving money, you're still going to spend a little bit of money to go to Disney. So the tips and those little bits do add up, but you still need to research it, like Becca's saying, because it's still going to be a little bit of an outlay of cash. So
yeah, it's like I say, one man's cheap is another man's expensive. So while we may be saying you'll go to Disney for cheap, you might go and look at even our discount tips, our tips for saving money, and you'll be like, oh, that's a lot of money. And it is actually a lot of money. You're not going to be going to Disney for $300 for a family of 4. It's just not going to happen for your whole vacation. You have to know you're going to spend that money, but then do what you can to save what you can.
So I want to say thanks for everybody for joining in tonight, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.